we're based in Canada. We have a lot of Bret Hart fans watching. What was it like working with him and Jim Neidhart?
They took me under their wing. They helped me as much as they could. They were a big part of why Dangerous Danny Davis worked out, because they were willing to. They didn't have to, but they were willing to. Again, Jimmy Hart and Bret and Jim Neidhart all took me under their wing and kind of walked me through some of the rough spots. And Bret Hart speaks for himself. I mean, he's a hell of an athlete. He comes from a wrestling background that is second to none. The way he worked, I mean, again, his career speaks for himself. He was a great athlete. His brother Owen was, in my opinion, as good as or even better. So, and Jim Neidhart, you couldn't meet a better person. And he always told me that no matter what happens in my life, what we have done in this wrestling business is history, and no one can ever take that away from us. And he was right.
And as far as the British Bulldogs, they were known for their ribs and sometimes roughing up the less experienced wrestlers. Did they treat you pretty good?
Yes. There was a match with myself, and it was a tag match, obviously. And Tom, the Dynamite Kid, his name was Tom, asked me if I would stand in the corner on the top rope and let him suplex me off the top rope. And I said yes. And he didn't hurt me at all. I mean, as far as the ribbing and they were, in my opinion, they were notorious for their ribs, and sometimes the ribs weren't funny. Sometimes, and I don't know whether it's because they were British, the way they did their ribs, and sometimes they went too far. But no, I can't say that they weren't bad people. They weren't cruel, but they understood that this was their livelihood. They had family, and if you weren't able to do your job, as it were, as an enhancement person, we call it, then yeah, they would get. And a lot of the stars, the wrestlers would do that. They would reprimand you.
Your most famous match is, of course, the WrestleMania 3 match where you pinned the Bulldogs for the win. Do you have any specific memories of going out there at the Silverdome?
Yes. It goes back to again, we did the thing with the Bulldogs, and I don't know, it was very shortly after that they said, you're in WrestleMania 3, you'll be with the Hart Foundation in a 6-man tag, and holy crap, I mean, here I am not too long ago, an enhancement talent, and all of a sudden I'm thrown into this event, and then it turns out to be one of the biggest events in wrestling history, and then it turns out that you're going to get the win at this event. Now you think back maybe a year or less that you were Mr. X, and here you are at one of the biggest, if not the biggest event in wrestling history. And I'm always asked how I felt about that. And unless you've achieved a life's dream or goal, or succeeded in something that you really wanted and worked really, really hard for, which is what we were doing, it's hard for me to explain just how wonderful that feeling is. I mean, there's very few words that can cover that feeling, other than unless you've done it to know what I'm talking about. So that's the way I answer that.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it and click the subscribe button to not miss any of our latest shoot interviews, match videos, or news updates. Support us on patreon.com for $1.99 a month to watch our full shoot interviews ad-free and help our channel grow. Follow us on Twitter at the Hannibal TV for instant updates.